We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
Hey, Kennedy, my brother from another mother. What's goody, man?
What's going on with you, bro?
I was just
go ahead.
distracted right here. I was distracted here, just randomly trying to make sure that the privacy is set for public on my joint, and I see Nicki Minaj randomly click on her stuff, got completely sidetracked with her stories there, though, boy.
Look, before we hit play, that's exactly what I was doing, bro.
Same thing.
Same thing. So there must have been a telepathic.
I said, bro. Wait a minute. I had to wait just a little bit more. I was like, wait. All right.
Hey, did you see that Spencer Dinwiddie gonna be signing with the Lakers?
I did. And you know what's crazy to me, though? Okay, so here's what I think is funny. Because Spencer Dinwiddie kind of reminds me of like Tobias Harris, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like and oddly enough, here's what's also crazy. I got a feeling that Spencer Dinwiddie is what I think Klay Thompson will become. And what I mean by that is that it's about 17 to 18 points per game. And you kind of got to start to question the impact of the 7. He could get them, and with enough shots, he might be able to give you like 30. But I think that Spencer, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. There's a few players like that. Tobias Harris, Kyle Kuzma.
Spencer Dinwiddie seems to be more productive, though. Because, like, I've seen, I mean, Brooklyn was decent at best, you know.
Speaking of Brooklyn, kind of reminds me of Norman Powell. Like, I think he played for Norman Powell. He didn't play for Brooklyn. He played for the Raptors. Then went to whoever. But I'm saying, like, there are certain guys who I think that that averages 17, but with enough shots, that 17 could be 24. It just depends on the shot selection and how much of a focal point they are. But I like him though. I like his game though, man.
Yeah. Did you hear how much his bonus would be if they win the championship?
No.
I'll tell you about it after the music, bro.
Let's do it.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
The Splash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Splash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you smell.
The greatest podcast of all time.
And listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. We are live on both platforms at the same time. Click on the notification, click on the bell. You get the heads up whenever your boys is doing their thing. Ace Kennedy. It was just me, but I couldn't hear the music again, though. That's like the second time that's happened, though. But we straight though. As long as you heard me and you heard the music, we good.
Yeah, I heard the music and I checked the audio joint and it's on the right thing, and on the playback is be there too. So yeah. It's gotta be on your end there, brother.
Okay, I'm not doubting.
Oh no, I ain't saying you doubting. I'm just crossing the T's, dotting the I's. For the first time this year, I think we're gonna have one of the brothers return to the Slash.
First time for the year, huh?
It's first time for the year. That boy,
yeah.
The Boney the Cockaroo himself.
Hey,
the bad guy has made his appearance to the Slash Brothers podcast.
Hey, what's happening?
Can you hear me good?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, you know.
Hey, happy New Year's and salutations to you brothers and all the Slash Brother followers. Good to see y'all. It's good to be seen.
Yeah.
How we,
Bring you on, bro. Listen, it is we don't get a chance very often, but it's still time to celebrate. So we had to pull you up, though, bro. What's happening?
listen, I'm just out here making my rounds, out here letting everybody know. Yes, the Chiefs are still doing it. Yes, I am a Chief, Cockaroo Chief, means the same thing. So all hail the Chief. Been letting people kiss my ring. So it's just been great, being the Chiefs. Because I don't know if you guys understand, this is the era of the Chief. Most people might not know that the Cockerel lives in Dayton, Ohio, right above Cincinnati. I have nothing but Cincinnati Bengal fans around me. So you know what? When in Rome, do what the Romans do. I go to Cincinnati Bengals parties, man. I root for I root for the Bengals, brother. But everybody knows I'm a Chief, right? And it's never a big deal until you lose to me. Now hold on. Hold on. I've been your friend for how many seasons? And just first off, I'm the king, bitch. You everybody's a loser to me. How y'all doing, Slash Brothers?
Bro, you ain't even gotta yell this time because you loud.
Okay, my bad. Listen, I'm partying.
I
partying.
feel that, brother. I'm glad you out there partying, bro. I'm happy for your Chiefs. My cousin used to play for the Chiefs, so that's why I went for this weekend. I had my Go Taylor's boyfriend shirt on. So
right on.
Yeah, it was.
And you got to have the biggest family that I've known, and everybody has to be athletically inclined because you got a family member that played on every team that makes the playoffs for any sport. I've never heard you say that in hockey though, but I'm pretty sure one of the black people that play hockey is related to you.
George Adams for the New York Giants, and his son is now in the league. You got Robert Parrish that played for the Celtics. You got Shamika Holesclaw. You got and then my cousin that played for the Chiefs was Anthony Hitchens.
Yep, I know Anthony Hitchens. He's a good Chief. He was a very good Chief. I remember him.
But back to what I was saying before the music. Spencer Dinwiddie is signing his bonus if they win the championship.
I know his contract is only like $2 million because he got bought out.
$1.
Yeah, listen, I think that it may be that because I think that his buyout was so much and his contract now, because like a lot of times, man, you got a lot of these guys. I never hear the terms of when you have players that are on the buyout market, right? But like your boy Thickums got signed to the 76ers, and he was previously on a contract that was paying him like $30 million a year. So when you buy out that, I don't know if they say, well, we'll buy you out for 25, right, or 28. But when you go like Spencer Dinwiddie, he was making double digits. So when you go and get bought out and then you sign an extension or deal with the Lakers for the rest of the year for like 1.5 or 2.5, I'm going to assume that you buy out, but you don't lose out on that much. At least I wouldn't, right? So I'm assuming that his contract is that way because he got more on the buyout.
He's been paid more of that over time. So by the time it gets to the end where it's time for his contract to be over, there's only $1 left. Meaning he fulfilled his contract. So many people nowadays don't do that. They usually get the big buyout with this team and they go to that team and go to that team, and they really still living off that first paycheck. You know what I mean? That first contract.
Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that they may say, all right, because I'm in the last year of my contract and I can void out my contract by buying out for a team that they don't really want me. They just see me as an expiring contract and they trying to just set the ledgers even, right? For you might be saying, hey, you know what? So that I can pick whatever team I want. I'm a free agent basically halfway through the season. I can see you basically saying if I'm getting paid $30 million and I'm on a team that's trash, I might say, all right, you know what? I'll go to the Lakers, who might be a contender, For if you say, all right, I'm gonna take a loss of 25 million. If the Lakers give me 1.5, then that means that I'd be at 26 and a half, not my whole 30 million. But you know what? I get a chance to compete for a ring versus being on a team that has no contention hopes whatsoever, though. So I kind of get it though, man.
But he chose the Lakers over Dallas, though. That's what's crazy.
Well, he played for Dallas before.
I know.
Well, here's what's crazy. This is one of those things that I was telling you before, right? Because he played for Dallas before. I saw just today that Kyle Kuzma, the Mavs had a deal to have Kyle Kuzma go to Dallas as well. And this is what's crazy. Washington, they have like 6 wins, right, for the whole entire year. And so basically, the boy Kyle Kuzma, they said, "Hey, we got this deal. All you have to do is just say yes." And he said, "Nah, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay down." And I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you again. I think that players have an issue with playing with Luka, though, bro. And I don't think that it's anything with Luka personally. I just think that to play alongside with Luka, you basically have to play a reduced version of what you can do. And so if Kyle Kuzma turns down playing with Luka to play for the 6-win Wizards, right? And then they already out of the playoffs, right? They done, right? And so then you tell me that Spencer Dinwiddie, who previously played with them, said, "No, I ain't even coming back there for the low ski." It just tells me, bro, that I just don't think that he's the easiest person to play with because of his style of play, though, man.
Yeah. Well, look, all 3 of us are OKC fans, and we made a trade before the trade deadline. 3 of our youngins went off to become better players. Trey Man, Leachick, and
What's his name? Barons.
Bertans. Goodness,
Bertans.
couldn't think of his name. And all 3 of them have been balling over there with the Hornets.
I was expecting Trey Man to ball out. He played pretty good with the minutes. Given the minutes, I thought that Trey Man, I could see Trey Man being very much the Terry Rozier for their team, a young Terry Rozier though.
He started, and like I said, he did very good. You know what I'm saying? He's getting the minutes, and I know that's what he wanted. Obviously, he wished he could, still be with the Thunder, but we pretty stacked. I'm excited for our new addition. He's supposed to play after the All-Star break. Gordon Hayward.
The pickup anyway. Oh, Gordon Hayward. Okay, I keep forgetting about him. I haven't seen him. And listen,
he's been hurt
I feel like
December.
but listen. Even outside of him being hurt since December, I realistically feel like I haven't seen him since his first season with the Celtics, and he's been gone. Like I haven't really seen him on the scene, and that's kind of a tragedy because I remember when he was at Utah, though, bro, and he was balling out there, no man, and he was looking like Larry marketing for them, though, man, and so yeah.
I watched the highlights. He still looks good. Chris, what you think about the addition, bro?
I'm excited. Give me another reason to keep watching. It's hard to watch the Thunder out here because they don't, they don't always show them if they ain't winning. So it's just good for me because it's hard for me to watch them not win. I'll be trying to. I'll move back to Oklahoma City if the Thunder needs me. I'm just waiting on them to call me, and we're gonna work something out. The Thunder was always winning when I was there. So I've been on the phone. Yeah, listen, I didn't take the call, and I'm a little upset. They called me, and I tried to play too good to get, and I missed my chance to come back home. I'm sorry. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for the All-Star break though. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 of our youngins playing in the Rising Stars Challenge. We got Chet and Jay Dub in the like the freshman game or whatever you want to call it. And then Shea is starting for the All-Star game. We well represented in the All-Star game. We would have had Coach Dagno as the Western coach if Houston would have beat Minnesota when we played, but it is what it is.
I gotta be surprised. I gotta be honest. Still very surprised they didn't trade Giddy.
I'm okay with it. I mean,
I'm okay with it, but I'm still surprised though.
I'm surprised too, but I feel like if they weren't gonna like if the market was too high to get what's his name from Atlanta, then it was no point. Then what else were you gonna go out and get? We needed like and they picked up a big man in the just they picked up what's the Biombo, whatever his name is. So another big body. Yeah. But look, man, we brought that guy on. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, man. The highs, the lows, and let's get into it, man. How was you feeling in the first half, bro?
The first half, I was keeping it strong. Okay, I had a lot of people in my house that was not rooting for the Chiefs, so it was real hard in that first house. But my son, Little Chris, today's Little Chris's birthday. Today, shout out to my son, Little Chris. He's 22, and he lives up in Youngstown, going to school up there. But he drives down every Super Bowl to watch it with his dad. So it was me and my son against the whole house. Everybody was rooting against the Chiefs. So that first half was real fucking hard for me. I was cussing a lot of people out. It was I threatened. I think I pulled my gun out twice. I told them if they didn't shut the fuck up, somebody's going. It was the first half was kind of hard for me to watch. I don't know what else to say. It was hard. But I always
knife.
Oh, you know I do. You know I do. But yeah. So if there's anything you want to talk about in the first half, go ahead and talk about it. Just know, don't make me mad. All right. But go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest. I personally have not watched a single, and I mean a single 49ers game this whole season. So I had no clue what to expect. I didn't know how they looked or anything like that. I was pretty surprised with Purdy and how he played. I mean, obviously they folded toward the end or whatever, and I know that kicker is kicking himself because they could have won in regulation. But no, I didn't. I had no barometer on what they were supposed to look like.
Charles, let me tell you.
So let me tell you this real quick though, Ace. I just wanted to tell you, it looks like we were only streaming until now on Facebook. That's why I was wondering like where the notifications was though. But we should be good now though.
Yeah, I see it. I checked on everything now.
Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you, right? I thought that the first half of the Super Bowl, boring as hell, probably the most boring Super Bowl I had probably seen in my entire lifetime. I mean,
you want to know how I know you're a girly boy? It's because you don't respect defense. Listen, that was a very intense match.
Chris, you ain't got the screen, bro, because you already loud, bro.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. He's talking about my mama now.
No, I'm gonna tell you what was awful about it. What was awful about it is because I saw both teams, for the sake of being safe, get away from everything that got them there, right? So I saw the 49ers. Yeah, I thought that it was cool that the 49ers were pounding the ball and everything, right? That they ran. I mean, they ran it, boy. But I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I think that them boys have George Kittles, who was an all-pro, first-team all-pro tight end. He got hurt, but even still, they wasn't throwing it toward him like that. And I see Brandon Ayuk, they wasn't throwing it like that. Deebo Samuels got hurt, but he wasn't really going to him. It was almost like it felt very much like they were like, no, we gonna force feed y'all some of this Christian McCaffrey, and that's it. And then granted, I think that they had a bunch of short passes, but they did everything that they usually don't do when they beat the off of the Cowboys.
Sir, I have to add. This is something you're not going to do. You're not going to disrespect that Kansas City defense. You go back and watch that first half. Purdy tried to air it out. A few times. And Kansas City said no. It got real scary for him, so he got nervous. That's what happened, son. Don't act like they decided not to do this or do that. They felt with the number one defense in the NFL was on their butt. Because you know what KC got? The number one defense in the NFL. I haven't been able to say that for a long time, sir. So you're not going to disrespect
No,
the way my
listen,
defense
listen.
held out.
With all things considered, and how Kansas City's defense played, I think that because their defense is so good, maybe that's why the 49ers were intimidated into doing what they typically do because they only sacked Brock Purdy like 2 times. So he was getting some pressure. But to be quite honest with you, I think that Brock Purdy was fairly comfortable. With that being said as well, I thought that Pat Mahomes seemed to be under more pressure, even though he took fewer sacks. But I think that the part that I was blown away with Kansas City, the flip side of that is that when I watched Kansas City, I watched the reason why I thought originally, right, that why I thought they wouldn't have gotten to the Super Bowl. Because when I'm watching them, I didn't see that any of their wide receivers can get open. None of them. So when I'm watching Pat Mahomes having to say, you know what, in the second half, I'm about to just run it. I'm about to take because at some point, the running, if your wide receivers can't get open, they're gonna start to load up that box, right? And now if we stop Pacheco, then we straight. But Pat Mahomes is now running for it and making up those yards. So I thought that that's what Pat Mahomes had to step up. And so now, while your wide receivers ain't open for a play that's too much deeper than 20 yards, I thought that he was able to connect on a lot of those 10-yard plays and make a lot of those 5-yard plays, and they just start to add up and add up. But I thought that in the first half of the game, though, man, I know that you make adjustments and everything after the halftime. I just thought that Kansas City, specifically Pat Mahomes, made the biggest adjustment, and that to me was the difference in the game, though.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was just going to defend my team. I can realize that, Chief doesn't watch the Chiefs often because you would know that my offense has been sucking all year. There is no reason.
No. I agree with you. And that's what scares me about this Chiefs team. Yeah.
The explosive Chiefs kind of did not explode this year. We did not win on offensive victories this year. Our defense held us up. And if you didn't understand, they said, I didn't expect you guys to do Lamar like that. I said, man, well, we was the number 2 defense until we played the Baltimore. When we played Baltimore, the number 1 defense, well, all I had to rely on is your quarterback versus my quarterback. And if your defense is better and my quarterback's better, and we're the Chiefs. So listen, Charles, we don't score like we used to, okay? We just don't score like we.
I don't disagree with that whatsoever. What I am saying, though, right, is that it took them until the second half before they start to force the ball more toward Travis Kelce, because I think he may have like 1-2 catches in the first half, and he ended up with 9 with like almost 100 yards. And so my thing is that if that's what I know that they haven't been as explosive, right? And this is what's crazy. This is what's scary about Kansas City, because I thought if any time this was the year if you were going to get them. But if you don't get them this year, what the hell are you going to do next year with them, though, right? So I'm just sitting here thinking like, I would listen, you would be hard-pressed for me personally, to pick any team over the Chiefs to win a Super Bowl as long as Pat Mahomes is there. And unless they're playing against my team, right? I'm going to have to root for my team. But I don't think that I'm going to be honest. I'm not saying that I'm a Chiefs fan. I personally would never pick against Pat Mahomes, ever.
All right, let me ask y'all this. Whose fault is it that the 49ers didn't know the rules in overtime?
It's the 49ers. It's the 49ers' fault. This is football. You should be up on the rules. This is, man, instant play. You should know the game. But you know what? The 49ers aren't used to being Super Bowl champs. You know what I'm saying? So as a Kansas City Chief, we stay up on the rules because that's what you're supposed to do.
I know. But what I'm saying is they thought that the regular season overtime rules applied in the
this is professional football, sir. I cannot forgive the 49ers. That is their fault. They can't blame anyone else but them. Everyone else knows. I mean, the Chiefs knew the rules. Didn't the Chiefs know the ruals? So if the Chiefs knew
the rule, they said the Chiefs went over the rule 2 weeks ago in the AFC Championship because they were planning to get to the Super Bowl. What you talking about, bro? Like,
what we do, we win football games, and it doesn't just happen on the field. It's executive decision, people. So what happens is the half. I was trying to be tough, and I made a phone call. I picked up the phone call, and I called in some black magic, and the Cockaroos went down to Kansas City, and they started cheering, and it went all the way to Vegas, and it knocked the scoreboard down, and we won. Okay, that's it. That's what happened. We are a better team. Go ahead.
Let me ask y'all this. You said that who was to blame that they didn't know the rules. Who is to blame for the 49ers losing?
I don't. I think Patrick Mahomes.
I just think
and,
there wasn't enough space made.
I think Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Like I say, think about that last play. How many of y'all would have threw that ball 2 or 3 more times? He had enough times to take those downs, but Patrick Mahomes didn't because he has so much faith in himself that he let the clock go. They said, "Oh my God, you're gonna need to call a timeout." I said, "Oh, you don't cheat often. See, around here we can't see Chiefs. We know we win. Watch what this boy about to do." You said, "I don't know why he's waiting." Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, the older Patrick Mahomes, he gets his timing down in the first half. He'll throw some passes before he gets back to playing the backyard football that y'all see on commercials. See, he don't take chances until he knows that timing is right.
Then he'll start. Blame? I know. Listen, I give you props for propping up your boy. He's great. Who is to blame? This ain't about Pat. If you telling me no, it's not about blaming Pat Mahomes. It's just that great. That's one thing. I'm asking who is to blame
Chris Jones.
49.
Chris Jones. Okay, Chris Jones. Is that what you wanted? What did Chris Jones do?
Wait.
Chris Jones did everything.
Who from the 49ers is to blame for the 49ers?
Oh, I don't do that. I don't. I wasn't trying to victim blame, so I don't know. I can't talk that part. I can't talk that part. I cannot. I cannot talk that part. You guys are going to have to do that. I don't victim blame. I do apologize. The 49ers didn't show up. Maybe they didn't know where they were going. I don't know. That's between the 49ers. I can't speak on that. I was brought on the broadcast to talk about the Chiefs, and that's what I did. So I don't want anyone to blame me for that. So I'm going to go before you guys say something that makes it look like I'm a bully. Because in the era of this dynasty, we don't do no bullying, okay? We just win. Because all I do is win. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I got to go get to this show, man. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, peace.
Old Cockaroo himself.
Hey, Skinny, who's to blame? Who is to blame?
Man,
you was divvying up this blame. Who do you? It's a blame pie. Who do you give the blame to?
I'm gonna be completely honest, man. I don't think anybody's to blame. To be honest, I think they just didn't make enough. I think the Chiefs won. I don't think this was one of those where the 49ers gave it away. Like I felt like the Chiefs made adjustments in halftime, and 49ers defense did the exact same thing that they did in the first half. It's just that the offense, there was better offense from the Chiefs. So I just think, it ain't nothing to hold your head down about other than being disappointed that you lost. But I feel like they left it all on the line, and it was just a great Super Bowl.
No, so this is funny because you and I haven't had this conversation before, but I feel the exact same way. That's what's funny. I thought that with all things considered, if Pat Mahomes doesn't make that last pass right into the end zone, they're going, and Brock Purdy is probably the Super Bowl MVP. Most likely, they usually give it to quarterbacks. I thought that they did everything up until the last play to possibly win the game, even outside of the not knowing the Super Bowl rules and everything like that. I think that I thought that they still did pretty good. I think the thing is, though, this is where I thought Chris was going. I don't think it had anything to do with the 49ers. I thought that it's just the fact that that's to me the greatness of Pat Mahomes, though, bro. It's like I just think that the 49ers made it was tight all the way through. Like I told you when we had it on the last part, I mentioned I thought it was going to be 27-20. It was going to be a win by a touchdown, and it was that. It was the field goals. So it was 4 points of a difference. But I thought that Kansas City would win by scoring the final touchdown of the game, though, bro. So it went very much how I thought it was going to go. And I don't think that I can't think of any. The only thing I can think of is that the adjustment is that I just don't think that the 49ers made the adjustment on passing the ball as much downfield as they probably could have. But I mean, that's about it. But that's still that's a very small, subtle thing, though, bro. So I don't know, man.
Yeah. Let me ask
I
you
don't
this,
know.
bro. So the Super Bowl is an event, and it ain't just about the football game. And we'll get to the halftime show in a minute. But was there any like commercials or anything, when the game wasn't on that stood out to you?
So okay. The one thing so let me tell you this. The one thing I can appreciate is that I don't think that they flashed to Taylor Swift nearly as much as I thought they was, but I think that it was also because Travis Kelce wasn't getting busy until the end. Like if Travis Kelce would have scored a couple of touchdowns and did more, I think they would have panned to her like every single time, right? And so that was the one thing I noticed. And I think they did flash to it, but I wasn't like this whole season. I haven't been one that's been like, oh, I'm so over the NFL and this whole Taylor Swift thing. I think to be quite honest with you, I think that it's good for football, NFL football.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, man, I think that the Super Bowl commercial that I liked the most was the Dunkings commercial with Ben Affleck and them. I
Yeah.
thought that was hilarious, bro. Best one though, man. But even with that said, though, it's the only commercial that I saw that was close to being like a very classic Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
All the other ones were kind of
I mean, the Arnold one was kind of Super Bowl-ish. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
yeah. That was
It was pretty funny. My dad was busting out laughing at one. I was fixing Charlie something when it was on, so I didn't really get to, because I tried to do stuff. If I was gonna move around, I tried to do it during the game so I could watch the
during the
commercial.
game.
Yeah. But I will say the Deadpool trailer, bro, was fire.
I didn't see the Deadpool trailer.
Yeah, you got to go and watch it because what they did this year, because it cost so much money for the ads. They just would be like, "Hey, the real trailer's out online," so you'd have to go online to watch it. So yeah, the Deadpool looks like it's gonna make the money. Did you see what your boy Ye did? So
I saw that he did have something on there real quick.
yeah, he spent $7 million to get the ad right. And he just basically was like, look, man, we spent all our money on the ad, so we ain't had no money for the production budget. But I'm just going to put this at the bottom of the screen. Go to Yeezy.com or whatever. And then it's a sale going on. Bro, he made $19.3 million. So his investment worked.
Right. And listen, I mean, I guess that worked. If you said I spent 7 and made 19 back, that means that no, you made 19. That means that you pocketed 12. I mean, that's cool. I just wonder, but this even more than anything, I think that it's not even about what he would have made off the merch. I think that it's the moment, right? I think that it's not even so much as him making $12 million, and then that is even a thing. It's that to me, it's look at me, I'm Kanye, and I'm still doing my thing without Adidas, by the way, right? And I think that he was able to still capitalize on a moment, considering that he has an album that's dropping or that's scheduled. I don't know if the album actually came out yet, but I thought it was smart that he capitalized on the moment, though, man. So yeah.
Okay, I asked you about commercials, and you didn't mention the Beyonce commercial. What's up with that?
Okay, so I thought that was gonna be like two. That's gonna be that. Okay. So outside of the Beyonce commercial, the dunking commercial was gonna be it. I think the one thing that was gonna be pretty cool is that I still look. So what I love about this, and even we'll talk about Usher in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I still like that. I like when artists, generally speaking, have a project, something in the tuck. So when they make the commercial and then there's follow up to it, I think that that's fire though, bro. It makes sense now of why when Beyonce was at the Grammy and she had the cowboy stuff, had the cowboy hat on at the Grammy. And I didn't pick up on that part of it though, right? And so she had the two songs that came on now. And I don't know if Beyonce is going full country I've
Full
already
country
seen
album.
them. I saw that some folks on a radio station in Oklahoma was already boycotting it, bro. They said we ain't playing it.
Eight of Oklahoma said they are not playing no Beyonce records, bro. So they don't care if
I'm
she's
not
doing
mad.
country
I'm
music.
not mad at. Listen, with you. While I love me some Beyonce, I'm not mad at country radio station for not playing Beyonce.
Even if it's country music, if they saying they're a country music radio station and they're not gonna play the country music because of the artist, that don't sound a little
No,
suspect to you?
no. Let me tell you why. I think that it's no different from a so okay. So
I'm
they are
waiting. I'm waiting
don't
to hear this.
no. Listen. Okay. So they are basically saying we just not we are making a decision to not play it. Right? Let alone if people requested it, if that's what people, because people have requested it. They just said they're not playing it. But to me, that would almost be like if a straight country artist, Kane, what's my boy name?
I know you're talking about.
All right. So not even him.
So if your boy Garth
what?
Brooks wanted to have another,
Blake Shelton. No, Blake Shelton. Let's say Blake Shelton comes out with a whole R&B song. Pure R&B. I'm talking about so R&B that it's written by the Underdogs and Babyface, and it's produced by Hitmaker and Jermaine Dupri. Like it's so R&B, right? But if black radio station was like, hell no, we're not playing that. And it doesn't matter how good the song is. Like I can't be mad that they're saying you're not really one of us. And when I say one of us, I'm gonna remove race out of it. What I'm saying is that
you're not a country artist.
You're not a country artist. You've made country music. And that's the reason why I'm okay with it though, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. In their response, they say we are a country music station, right?
Sure.
It's a country music song. So if you're playing country music, you're being a gatekeeper on who you are going to play on your radio station.
I get it, but there are probably hundreds or thousands of country artists who are pure country artists who they don't play and who they probably want to play. And so to slide Beyonce in because she's Beyonce, bro, I can see why they're saying no. To be pure and true to our belief as far as our fan base, I'm sticking with just somebody who is true to country music. I'm not mad. Listen, I love me some Beyonce, but I'm not mad at that because I look at it the flip side of the side. Blake Shelton isn't going to get his R&B song written by Babyface and the Underdogs played on V103. They might, maybe. Now, with that being said, I do think that black people would probably play it before the opposite. Like they ain't gonna play T-Pain's country songs.
Listen, when that boy Chris Gaines came out with his stuff, I'm sure they played it.
Yeah. I just think that to me, that part, that's always the part I think that's harder for. Like if you're gonna crack into country music, I think that to me, they look at that. You got to be all in, right?
Let me ask you this:
you can't just make some country songs. So,
did any radio station not play Old Town Road?
See, they did, but I don't think that was a country song.
Why wasn't?
I think that he was talking about country stuff.
I mean,
I don't think country. That it was no, the beat wasn't country though, bro. He had a guitar and some 808s on there though, bro.
So now we got two fan questions to get posted at the Slash Brothers page, seeing if it's wrong for them not to play the Beyonce song and if we think Old Town Road is a country song or not. So yeah, that'd be interesting.
I mean, you talking about country stuff, but it's not, to me, it's not a country song though, bro. And that's why I think that's the reason why country music didn't chart it as such either though, bro. So,
Well, let me ask you this. Did you actually listen to the Beyonce songs?
I did listen to the Beyonce songs though. I listened to them late yesterday. And listen, it's me. I'm not saying, listen, what I am kind of curious, I am kind of curious if through a whole, because if some people didn't like the last Beyonce that was real dance, high BPM friendly.
I definitely like
But I'm
one more
also
than the other, but they both was just mid to me.
yeah, but this says everything about it. It's like my thing is that I don't know if I'm ready to hear Beyonce doing a whole album of country music because I just wonder if she's gonna have that same twang that I think country artists will have that's synonymous with country music.
I think this is a great represent. If these were the first two that was put out, I think this is going to be a great representation of what the album is going to feel like.
Hey, listen, it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because when we talk about Usher, that's exactly where I think.
Okay, well we'll get there. Let's jump into the halftime show because that was a point of controversy throughout our community, the other community. I mean, it was a lot of mixed reviews on that Usher halftime show. Let me get your thing first. 1 to 10.
I don't want to be a prisoner. Listen, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. I'm trying not to. It's top 5. And I'm not mad if somebody has it as number 1. But I'm going to say this. There were some great ones. And listen, I'm going to sound biased because of the kind of music that I listen to and that I listen to.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Listen, I have no issue if somebody who is like rock music that this wasn't their favorite. Okay, it wasn't for you anyway. So if you're only commenting on the ones that was for the culture, then I get that.
Yeah, like some people are going to be like, yeah, why can't they play like Metallica? And I'm thinking like, really, I think I just don't, I don't necessarily think that well, that's a whole separate conversation. But anywho, though, I think that entertainment wise, it made it top 3. I think that to me, the ones that come to mind, Prince, Bruno Mars, Beyonce, when she did the Formation set, this one, and maybe the Michael Jackson 93. Those are the 5 that I can think of. Now, I think that all of those you could put in any particular order that you want. But I think that because of the recency of this one, man, it's so current. Like it's hard. It's hard for me to put any of them because you had the Michael where he was on different sides of the stadium and everything like that, though, man. And the Bruno Mars is just Bruno Mars, all right. I mean, he has great all-American pop music, though, bro. Who doesn't like Bruno Mars? So I don't know, man. I'm trying not to be a prisoner, but that said, I at least have it in my top 5 of all time.
I have it in my top 5, but I have the Janet Jackson performance somewhere in there. I have the Dr. Dre performance somewhere in there. Bruno is in there. So yeah, I mean, I get that too. But let me ask you this before we dive into details of the Usher. Was it better than Justin Timberlake's?
Yeah, easily. Like, and I'm talking about, listen, by a far distance. Like, I'm talking about a big distance, though, bro. It's not like Justin Timberlake a lot, but yeah, it's very easily.
Some of the criticisms that I heard was that he did too many snippets of the songs, like he didn't give the songs enough chance to breathe, which is a very, for Usher, that's a very good problem to have, but a very big problem as far as what songs do I do if I'm taking my 30-year career and condensing it down to 15 minutes, like what, especially when you're in a residency where you're doing, 2.5 hour shows. And now it's like, we need you to give us a sample size of that and just throw it into 15 minutes and give you the same type of experience when you still got the skating element, the stripping pole elements, the cameos. Like there's just a lot that went into that production, plus all of the Easter eggs of saluting past Super Bowl performances. So you got a lot of things going on. I'm just interested when people said they were underwhelmed. what was they expecting him to do? Like, was they just expecting him to blow up at the end? I don't know.
Can we at least put this debate behind us now that Yeah is his biggest song, bro?
No, it's not, Charles. You're missing the point of my argument, bro. You are completely missing
Why
my
are you
point.
talking about the argument? I'm just talking
No,
about after this one.
no, because you're not. You can't. I'm not going to admit something when you don't even understand the question. I'm the one that posed the question. That's the whole thing that I'm saying. So no, I'm not going to agree to what you're saying because you ain't even understand the question. That's the whole thing.
I didn't understand the question. I did understand the question.
Okay,
Right,
so
but
then,
you keep saying that.
okay. Well, let me say this then. Since you said you understand the question, the answer is still no. It's not Usher's biggest song in the black community. It's not. To me, when he did "You Make Me Wanna," that had a bigger pop than Yeah.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. This is just one of them. Just tell me you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
No, just because I don't agree with you don't mean I don't know what I'm talking
No.
about.
It's not about agreeing.
Yeah,
It's not
it
about agreeing.
is.
I'm just saying, no, it's not about agreeing. I'm just saying that our whole premise and evaluation of Usher songs so different. Not even saying we disagree. We don't even disagree on the two songs. I'm just saying our evaluation process isn't even the same.
What I'm saying is you and I have had conversations about what a classic is versus what a hood classic is, or whatever you want to call it. And so my thing is that yes, on a global scale, Yeah is the biggest Usher song, but that's not what my argument was. I said in our community is Yeah Usher's bigger song, and I don't believe it is.
Yeah, or what?
I don't know, because I mean, like immediately what comes to mind is like Nice and Slow.
See, that's where for me, see that's what I'm saying. Like, so for me, right, it's an easy, like I don't even gotta think about nothing
Right,
else. Like,
that's
yeah,
you then.
it's
Yeah,
but
but
I think
again,
that's the
that's
thing about
you.
I think no. My point is that I think that what I believe to be true is that I think that right off the bat, if you start to when you start to say those songs and then you say yeah, people gonna say okay, yeah, that's it, right off the cuff. So for me, I love all of those songs, and I agree with you on the merits of all of those songs. Right, I agree with everything you're saying about those songs, except for the fact that you say that that those songs for any reason that any of those songs top yeah oh however you want to say it. Now if you want to say it's a better slow song, sure, right? If you want to say it's a better whatever that,
Oh,
but I'm talking about the biggest hit. Yeah, bro. And the Super Bowl show confirmed me exactly that though, bro.
they didn't confirm nothing because they didn't ask the question to the audience to say which one is Usher's biggest song. So don't even sit up there and
If
try
he
to
would have
play
left off,
that.
if he would have left off, yeah,
It
people would
would
have
have been.
lost their mind. He would have left off. Did he perform? Did he
He didn't do
perform Nice
Lovers
and
and
Slow?
Friends. No, he
He
didn't.
didn't do Lovers and Friends.
No,
He didn't do Nice and Slow.
no,
Um,
bro. You went mute
what?
for this for the whole. I don't even know what you just said. You went mute,
Okay, listen. If he didn't even perform Nice and Slow, how can
Charles.
you
You,
even say Nice and
Charles,
Slow
Charles.
might be one of his biggest songs?
Charles,
Yo,
again, bro, you're not even listening to me. Because you
yeah.
just went on this whole rant about Nice and Slow when that was an example. I didn't say that was the one. All I said was in the black community, Yeah isn't the biggest song. You can feel whatever song you want to put into that space. I'm just saying in the black community, Yeah isn't the biggest song. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. We
That's
still
why he
gonna agree to
performed it.
disagree.
That's why he performed it. That's why he performed it as his closer.
He performed it as his closer because that's his biggest song. We've already established that, bro. You again. I'm sorry that you don't understand what I'm saying. That's your fault.
Yo,
But
you
look,
listen to this new album.
I did listen to his new album. So
Okay, what you think about it?
I will say this: the marketing for the album was great. The album itself sounds good. I will say the singles were the strongest songs. The singles that were released prior to the album, those were the strongest songs. I do believe they're like it just felt like toward the end of the album, it got really boring, and not in a bad way. But what I'm saying is just like it lost the energy that the first half of the album felt. And I will say this, I felt the same way with Tank, right? I said for me, as a Tank fan, the first half of Tank's album is what felt like this is like the salute to the fans. I'm on my way out. Whereas the back half of the album was more so for the newer generation of R&B. And so for me, the Usher is like the first half of the album felt like the Usher that I know, and the back half of the album felt more of an international Usher. And so I don't know. So like there was like you said, the writing was good on a lot of songs and stuff like that. I'm gonna tell you my least favorite song is the one with him in the dream.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones too, though, bro.
Oh my god, bro, stop.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite ones though, too, bro.
Easily was the worst song on the album, bro.
Oh
Easily.
man, it's one of
Like,
my favorite songs on there.
yeah, easily. I mean, but
it
go
felt
ahead.
so. It felt like so. Yeah, that was one of my that's one of my favorite ones. This one I think is crazy. It seemed like an album full of great songs with no hits, bro. And I only say that because I was expecting. Listen, this is the tough part about it, because I'm always gonna compare an all-time great artist to their last classic work, their last all-time work. And the last one I knew for Usher was Confessions. And I thought that the next Usher album was going to be a Confessions Part 3.
Wait. Time out. Are you saying whole project or songs too? Like he had no big
whole
songs.
project. No, whole project.
Okay.
Let me say
you
that.
trying to.
No,
it sounded like you
say
were
that to
saying that
say
he didn't have no big songs since Confession.
No. I'm gonna compare. So this is my thing about it. Here's what I mean. So with Beyonce, I personally am a big fan of B-Day, right? I think I'm probably the biggest B-Day fan, because a lot of people will say Lemonade and they say all these other ones. But for me, right, I love Lemonade. But what makes me love Lemonade the way I do is because the standard for me is B-Day. So if you get close to that or you top that, then to me it's like, oh, it's a win-win. So for me, I'm gonna always compare an all-time great to their last all-time great album, and everything goes compared to that. So like it's probably the reason why that I wasn't so in love with initially with the Usher album that had the Good Kisser on it, and the one with the No Limit. Like, nah, those was cool, but so for this one, I thought especially that this one was going to be like in the trilogy of Confessions, and seeing that was the case, that was my expectation. So I thought that with the songwriting, it's the thing I love the most. It has some incredible songs. His vocals on them, silky smooth, everything on it was perfect. And I'm hearing some songs, and then I'm listening to it like, that ain't what it hits. Like it ain't no yells on it. It ain't no big one song.
See,
it got some cool.
That's where I disagreed
ones.
with you, because for one, I think Good is a big song. I think that I think the Lotto song is a big song.
The A-Town Girl. I think I like that one. Yeah, that was my that. So that one is the closest thing that I can see to like a radio club song.
You don't like Good?
Nah, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like. Nah, it's okay. It's just okay to me.
The other song.
I
What
only
about
say
the other
that
single?
to say that he got the one. I got to go back and listen to. He got the one that he had that with I think it's Feels.
Ruin is the other single that came out. Do you know? Oh, okay. See, then we disagree on that, because for me, I feel like they did a great job on picking singles, because I felt like those were the standouts of the album. I still think the Lotto song is a big record too, but
I think the Lotto is a big record.
Now, what I was very shocked, like I'm talking shock that wasn't on there. That Glue wasn't on there.
I'm surprised too. See,
because
this is my problem.
You could have put Glue on there, and it immediately would have put it. It would have made the album go.
Glue gave me Confessions feel. So I was thinking Confessions was going to be what this is going to be a long. So don't get me wrong. I think that the Usher album has very good replay value. I honestly believe to me that it would be like, okay, here's a perfect example there, right? I still listen to the Giveon album, but he don't have any other songs on there on the Giveon that you say, oh, these are ones that you could just see all on, you hear it all the time on radio. Like, no, they're good. It's a great album, listen to all the way through, right? And that's what it is. So when I listen to it, it's straight. It ain't 8701. It ain't Confessions. It ain't none of them. And so I just think that
matching up to your standard on that, I can understand that. This album compares more to me to the Hard album, the one that's got the No Limit on there, meaning that it's got some cool songs, it's got some things on there. But when I go to the concert, now here's the other thing I will say. I can hear some of the songs on this album are gonna sound better live, because I remember like just listening to Caught Up wasn't really one of my favorite Usher songs. When he sings it live, it's a dope song.
So listen, so it's crazy. Maybe this is gonna sound weird. First time I heard Caught Up, I thought it was cold, bro. When I heard it the first time, I feel like I'm such an outlier when it comes to that Usher. So these are songs. Let me tell you songs that I think that I'm an outlier on. The very first time I heard that, the very first time I heard Throwback, Someone Missing My Baby, I think I'm out of my mind. That was the thing. That to me, when I first heard it, I thought it was brilliant, bro. I'm talking about what's the other song? Don't Leave Your Girl Around Me to Play It For Real. I'm a nigga for real. Like when the very first time I heard it on the album before it was released as a single, I thought, oh my gosh, it was out of there though, bro.
Yeah.
There are certain Usher songs that I hear, bro, and I just think it resonates. Like if he was saying, I made this song for this kind of person's ear, I'm that person that he made that particular song for. And what's crazy about it that on this album, there are great songs that I don't think even rival Caught Up, right? Caught Up to me this is my thing about Caught Up was one of those things that I think was an album song that became a cult favorite, right? Somebody like me.
Because Harry Spears playing on it.
Well, either way, it's like it wasn't intended to be the number one or number two, right? It just kind of organically happened that way.
But it did that during the live performance of the song, is what I'm telling you. Like when that's when that record took off. I'm telling you, bro.
Like First time I heard it, I was like,
and I get it.
Brother. They were doing my thing and getting my at me. I think that you know what it is. What got me is when I heard the song, I saw a visual to it right off the bat. I mean, every bit of the song.
Yeah. But hearing our distinction between this album is helping. It does explain a lot when it comes to how we write from my records, like the visions we see. Because but I mean, you know, it's all collective towards the goal.
Great.
So
like I said, it's great. I've listened to the whole thing 2 times now. And the one thing I'm gonna tell you this, the one thing that oddly enough, I kind of like his song with the little Afro beat, even though I don't know if I like Afro beats like that.
I can tell because you really just you down on him, bro.
Oh my God! Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you what's bad. I'm gonna sound like a complete hypocrite because I'm working on a Afro beat song for you that you don't even know about, right?
Yeah.
I got 2 songs that I'm working on for you that are songs that almost are like not genres. It's Afrobeat is just, you know what it is? I like, I think I know this. I like Afro beats that have a groove that kind of got that nice little grown and sexy bop to it. That particular song does. And the songs that Chris Brown typically do that are like that have that kind of feel to it. It's like one of them. It's like one of those Afrobeat songs, like Twyla, Thames, something where you could do a cool little grown folks 2-step to it, and that's cool to me though, man. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, man, what you got up for the week?
For the week, man, I am. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, though, bro. So I'm gonna be doing a Romeo thing tomorrow, and outside of that, we also got President's Day coming the week after that. So I think because we got a long weekend, though, man, I think I'm gonna be trying to do something with the fam, getting out and about. It's supposed to be about 60 degrees out here. So I got that going on, and then I'm back in the lab mixing on the PBR project. So yeah, man, get my writing on. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. What about you?
I'll be doing the Valentine's Day thing too. I'm doing something for the girls this time, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, that's about it, man. Back in the lab, trying to get that rolling again. So I'm ready excited to play with the new toys.
Let me ask you this though, man, real quick.
What's up?
For Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
for the grown folks, is the cakes an acceptable Valentine's Day gift?
I think so. I think it, but it has to be. It's like we wrestling fans, right? So the matches you get on Raw ain't the matches you gonna get on the pay-per-view. So Valentine's Day is considered a pay-per-view.
Let's get the music going. That's it. That's it. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Last Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you
of
dig
all
it,
time.
nigga? Shut up.